Hi everyone, you are watching Commerce King Academy right now. In today's lecture, we will learn about chapter number 5, which is our existing chapter, ledger account. Today, we will discuss its latest topic, which is trial balance. You already know that we have been done its existing parts, which are business transactions, journal, ledger account. After that, our next point of this chapter is trial balance. You know, this is the part of accounting cycle or accounting operation. These are the steps which are leads to our business for attaining its financial information as well as its financial reporting. Okay. First of all, we will discuss about some introduction, concepts and theory regarding trial balance, right? So first of all, let's get started. Preparation of trial balance, right? So preparation of trial balance involves 3 steps. First one is determining the balances of ledger accounts, which we are done in last video. The second point is for making or preparation of trial balance, which is arranging the account balances in the format of a trial balance. And third and last point for making or preparation of trial balance account, which is adding up the trial balance columns and comparing the columns totals. All these functions involve information already contained in the database and can be performed by computer. So it can be handled by 2 ways, which said by me earliest video. First step is computer based, which is called database, and second is manual based accounting procedure. So when we will talk about manual accounting system, so ultimately we will find these steps same as computer. First of all, we will identify business transactions with the help of vouchers, and second, we will enter into journal. After that, we will attain the balances of ledger account, and at the end, we will enter into the trial balance of such balances of ledger account, right? So, what are the usefulness of earlier steps, which are journal and ledger, in the context of trial balances or as well as for managers? So, in the context of trial balance, or for information of managers, managers continually make use of the information contained in the accounting records. For example, to obtain information about a specific business transaction, managers may refer to the journal entry in which the transaction was recorded. To learn the current balance in such critical accounts as cash, accounts receivables and accounts payables, managers look to the journal. Managers need not wait until the financial statements are issued to obtain financial information about the business or any other organization. They may obtain this information whenever they need it, often through desktop computers with read-only access to the company's accounting system. In contrast, investors, creditors and other outsiders do not have direct access to a company's accounting record. They obtain financial information about the business only periodically, just like quarterly issued financial statements by the business. When financial statements are issued or whenever financial statements are issued. So it is stated that we will expand our discussion of accounting cycle in the next chapters to include steps relating to the measurement of net income. It's need to do or stay on trial balance, because our current topic is trial balance. So trial balance is the error detecting measure. Simple is that. Trial balance, 2-column schedule listing the names and the debit or credit or all balances of all accounts of the ledgers. Because you already know that the fundamental principle of double entry system is that at any stage the total of debits must be equal to total of credits. Are you okay? If entries are recorded and posted correctly, the ledger will reflect equal debits and credits, and the total credit balances will then to be equal to the total debit balances ultimately. In simple words, your debit and credit balances also equal, must should equal. So every business concern prepares its financial statements for attaining its financial reporting or financial information at the end of the year quarter basis to ascertain the results of the activities of whole year. To ensure correct result, the concern must be free from doubt that the books of accounts have been correctly recorded throughout the year. So trial balance is prepared to test of accounts have been correctly recorded throughout the year. So trial balance is prepared to test arithmetical accuracy of the books of accounts, as we know that under double entry system for each and every transaction, one account is debited and another account is credited with an equal amount. If all the transactions are correctly recorded strictly according to this rule, debit and credit, the total amount of debit side of all the ledger accounts must be equal to that of credit side of all the ledger accounts. So this verification is done through trial balance. That's it. If the trial balance agrees, we may reasonably assume that books are correct. On the other hand, if it does not agree or balance, it indicates that the books are not correct. There are mistakes somewhere or anywhere. The mistakes are to be detected and corrected, otherwise correct results cannot be ascertained by the firm. There are, however, a few steps of errors which the trial balance cannot detect. In other words, the trial balance will agree in spite of the existence of those errors. The trial balance is not an absolute or solid proof of the accuracy of books of accounts. Thus, if trial balance agrees, there may be error or may not be errors, but if it does not agree, certainly or ultimately there are errors. Understand? Dear students, don't forget that the trial balance serves two main purposes. First one is to check the equality of debits and credits and arithmetically or mathematically test of accuracy. The second is to provide information for use in preparing of financial statements for attaining any company's or business financial information. In result, with the whole discussion, a trial balance may be defined as an informal accounting schedule or statement that lists the ledger account balances at a point in time and compares the total of debit balances with total of credit balances. After completion, some discussion on trial balance. Now we are moving toward some names or methods of trial balances. So first of all, there are three methods for preparation of trial balance. Okay. First is total or gross trial balance. This is most common used in practical life as well as educational purposes. The second is balance or net trial balance. The third one is total cum balance trial balance. So we will adopt the second type of trial balance, which is balance or net trial balance throughout our learning. Okay. So when we will talk about its methods for making trial balance, under this method, first of all, balances of ledger accounts are drawn. Thereafter, debit balances and credit balances are recorded in debit column and credit column, respectively. And two columns are added separately to see whether these agree, balance or not. This is the most popular method and generally followed. The various steps involved in the preparation of this method. First of all, first method is find out the balances of each account in ledger. I said first step for making trial balance, which is find out the balance of each account in ledger. So I am teaching to you with the help of example. This is the ledger of cash account with ledger folio number 5. Understand? This is the example of illustration number 2 which we have done in last video. So this balance is the ledger account balance. So we will write in trial balance with the name of cash account. Okay. So the second rule for making of trial balance, which is write up the name of account in the first column. Okay. So this is the name of account, cash account. So we will write in trial balance. The third rule is this, which is record the account number in second column of trial balance. So this is the number of account. Understand? Fourth rule for making trial balance, which is record the debit balance of each account in debit column and credit balance in credit column. Are you okay? Right. Last and fifth rule for making of trial balance is this, which is add up the debit and credit columns and record their totals. After understanding or discussion about trial balance theory introduction as well as its methods and its rules for making that, now we are moving toward making of trial balance. So let's get started. You can see here, this is the format of trial balance. These are its columns. First one is serial number. It has the series of chronological order of accounts of ledger. Okay. This column is related to, which is second column of trial balance with name account names. Ultimately, as shown as the name, it has the account names of ledger account. Okay. The third column is related to account number, which have the ledger folio numbers of ledger accounts. As going forward, these two columns, this column have debit balance or debit amounts, and this column will have credit balance or amounts of ledger accounts. With the solution of trial balance entries or entrance of trial balance entries, we are taking balances from illustration number 2, which we have solved in our last video. So this is the first account of illustration number 2 with balance 105 and 800 rupees. So we will enter in trial balance account number 1, which is cash account, with account number or ledger folio number 5 with debit balance is this. So we will write here right now account number 1. This is the serial number of account in chronological order. So we will write the account name, which is cash account, okay, with the number which is 5. Have debit balance 105 and 800 rupees. This is the debit balance of cash account with account number is 5 as at dated 8/1/2005, right? Now we will move toward entrance of account number 2. So in ledger, our second account with name is, which is furniture account, with account number is 7. Have debit balance, also debit balance 20,000 rupees. So we will enter here right now account number 2 with name furniture account. Am I right? With account number or ledger folio number is 7. Have debit balance 20,000 rupees. The second accounts entry has been completed here. So now we will move toward our next account of ledger. So our next account was in illustration number 2 in last video, which was ledger of capital account with ledger folio number 9. Okay, with credit balance 100,000 rupees, right? So account number would be in serial third, okay, with name capital account. Am I right so far? Account number is 9. Have credit balance with amount 100,000 rupees, right? Our next ledger balance of purchases account with ledger folio or account number is 11, having debit balance amounted 30,000 rupees. So we will enter here right now serial number 4, account name purchases account with account number 11, have debit balance amounted 30,000 rupees. Am I right? Next ledger account, which is Ehsan account with ledger folio number 13, have credit balance 30,000 rupees. So next number in serial, which is 5, account name is Ehsan account with account number 13, have credit balance amounted 30,000 rupees. Our next ledger account was sales account with number 15, having credit balance amounted 26,000 rupees. Account number 6 with name sales account. Account number is 15 with credit balance 26,000 rupees. Our next ledger with name Shakil account is here with number 17, have nil balance, nil debit balance. Serial number 7, account name Shakil account, account number 17, nil balance, nil debit balance. We will show with the blank lines, okay? Our last ledger, which is discount account ledger with ledger folio number 19, having debit balance just 200 rupees. Serial number 8, last account name discount account with account number 19, having 200 rupees as a debit balance. Our last step for making trial balance account, which is add up both columns for finding their totals. So total of debit amounts column is 156 1000 rupees. Double lines shows end of totals, also called footings. So this column, credit column, total is also 156,000 rupees. Both totals are equal here, you can see. So this is the trial balance. With method, balance or net trial balance has been completed here. It will prove the error detecting tool because we have equal balances of debit and credit. One point is most important for discuss here, which is if an account shows zero balance, just like Shakil account, okay, it is not necessary to record it in trial balance. So far we have learned about a journal, ledger and trial balance. So we will see in next videos with combined questions which have at a time journal account, ledger account as well as trial balance account. So stay with Commerce King Academy. If you like this video, then please share, subscribe and comment. Thank you all.